Welcome back to the channel. This is a post-war Lionel train, early post-war Lionel train, a 1946 S2 steam turbine, number 671. This has that awesome 686 configuration of the wheels, 6 in the front, 8 drivers in the middle, and 6 in the back. This is awesome. This has the original Lionel atomic motor back there, like that red bakelite. I talk about bakelite a lot on my channel. This gets really, really hot, but that bakelite just holds true. It doesn't even get flexible or bendable like a plastic would. It just stays just as it. I mean, it's remarkable. Then you really see the effectiveness of bakelite in action, because it gets kind of hot back there, and that bakelite it's all good. And I've run this train. I ran this train for hours before. I mean, I deep dove into Lionel trains back in 2023. That's why I'm so thrilled to have YouTube now to share all this information that I acquired with. I drove my family literally crazy with my obsession with Lionel trains. It lasted about 4 months. That's why I have no money, but I learned how to repair these. I learned some history about them. It was like the more you do anything, the better you get, of course. But with these trains, I built my confidence as I went. And I got these out of the basement, so I'm kind of just super happy to get these on camera, and I'll run these too. So subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. These will see action. And don't worry, this is a fully functional train from 1946. So I want to show the insides of this train. I added weight. There's no magnet traction on this train. So I'm going to remove the shell. Magnet traction is... And by the way, folks, do yourself a favor and get one of these magnetic trays, because you don't want to lose one of these screws, trust me. Magnet traction is... Lionel trains had magnetic wheels that stuck to the track and gave you more gripping power and more pulling power. And it works, too. It's not just a gimmick. I have some trains that are magnet traction, and it really works. This is not, though. So I love pulling really long trains. You'll see. Don't worry. Stay tuned. And this wasn't pulling as many as I wanted, many cars. So I went to a local, I think like Hobby Lobby or whatever. And they have like RC cars, I think they're for or like downhill soapbox, or downhill race, like downhill, those like little wood cars for like racing downhill. And then you gotta remove the front. I think that's the trick. You gotta remove that. So you'll see what I'm talking about. These lead weights. Is that it? Nope. Nope. 2 more. I always forget these 2. So anyhow, there's lead weights that have a adhesive to the back. It's not permanent, but it's pretty sticky because it's meant to be on a moving little toy or whatever. So it sticks really well to the trains. You just want to be careful not to put it on somewhere where that gets really red hot, or a moving part, or a place where it could fall into a moving part and then destroy the mechanism. So you gotta be a little bit thoughtful. And I tricked this thing out. Check this. I put so much weight on this thing. Check this out. So in the shell, these are how much? Let's see, like 1/4 ounce. So you can see I just tucked them, and they're still, I mean, they're where I put them. I tucked them in just kind of like little places I thought were clever that wouldn't get in the way. And it's like like a lead weight. And then I did it to the innards. This is a great look at this train. Look at this thing. I love it. Like a steampunk beast via 1946. So I stuck some here, all along. This doesn't get hot enough to really worry about. This is where your light bulb is. Your heating unit, you put your little smoke pill in there, and there's a light bulb exclusive to a few models, and it heats it up, and the smoke comes out. So I put weights. You can see just in places that's, I don't want to put it anywhere near the gear, because it'll grind it and ruin things. That's the drive shaft. I put some grease in there. It's awesome. This motor kicks ass. This is the Lionel Atomic. The only thing that I have issues with is when I push this train really hard. When I put a really long... when you run your trains a lot, you know its limits, and you know its behavior, and you know how it acts when it's stressed or you're straining it. And this train, I ran it so much back in 2023. I know this thing like the back of my hand. So I know when I'm stressing this great little train, the springs in the back heat up and they get hot as hell. These brass covers, you can just simply unscrew those. It's a great design, and the spring will pop out. Now what happens when it gets really hot, the springs will kind of like deform, or they'll lose their springiness, and then your engine loses power, and then you gotta fix it. You gotta get new springs, which is not a big deal, but that's the only thing I've had a problem with this train. I have the next version of this train where it's I think it's like a 2022 or something like that. It's the same train, but it's got the different motor. This is the early edition. This is the first series motor. The second series is so powerful, it's ridiculous. That train is like a warthog, like a pissed off warthog. I love it. You get that thing going with like a full smoke, load in the chimney, like 20 cars. And you put some heavy metal on. Oh my God, it's so awesome. That thing it's a formidable force. This is a little more, has a little more finesse. So this, I said it in a prior video, I believe if I'm correct, this 671 with the atomic motor is the most accurate as far as scale speed of the Lionel trains. If I can remember that fact correctly. Other ones just simply move too fast. Excuse me. This one's a little bit slower, but it's got a nice clip, and it goes really slow. So if you want to pull like a big train slowly, which is fun too and kind of challenging, this can pull a decent sized train, car length quite slowly. So I stacked them, and I just, as I'm talking, I put more under there. You can see, you just gotta get clever with it, because the more weight you do, the more it can pull, really. And then until you stress the motor out, and then again, if you know your train well enough, you'll know when it's stressed. This has a great crystal for like the light. Everything about these toys are awesome. It's remarkable. If you have these, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to get into it, get into it. eBay is a great place. And the cool thing is, if you get one that doesn't work, you can really fix it yourself. Some of these, when I get them on eBay, they're a little bit rusty, or they don't really run that great. But you put like, a few hours, or if that, and they will run like new. I'm not kidding. You just got to clean some of the connectors and the engine. And you may think it's a lost cause. My God, it's been in someone's basement for 50 years, 60 years. It's done. No, put in 30 minutes and they'll run like new. I'm not kidding. So yeah, that's a look at the weights. Again, get them at a hobby store, and they really help the non-magnet traction post-war trains really pull a little bit more. Hope you like that solution here from Vintage Clinic Solutions. As always, thanks for checking in.